Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is Dragon Ball Multiverse, starting off with, part of Chapter 24. I sort of forgot to finish it. Sorry about that, guys. Also, sorry about the extreme wait. What is this? What is this? Why are we doing this? Okay, like, is he actually going to just do a solo? Wait, what? Okay, so he's spawning more. No, he's not even spawning more of himself. He's just stretching himself so he can play. Except for this guy. This guy's doing great. This is a musical revolution. I did not hear such a thing over millions of years. I mean, Goku can't hear it, but I assume it is like just like it's the same tune. It's just everyone was bad. Like they're playing at the wrong frequency or something. And then this is the way it's supposed to be, which Zenbu obviously knows because he kind of absorbed, the entire race. Bravo, Mozart! What? Ah, okay, that's really interesting. It's not even that, like, he heard this one's playing and thought, like, oh, yeah, like, I'll let you play. It's the fact that he absorbed him. He knows he's a good player because he's part of him. Oh, boy. That's a bit worrying. Okay, so is it after each round? Or not after each round, but like after each, like, stage of the tournament, they just increase it? I guess that makes sense just in order to to add an extra layer of difficulty. But that kind of also sucks. Like with most of the contestants, it doesn't really matter. Like 100 times gravity is nothing to them, but especially for Universe 19, I'm very worried about them. Like their technology is not the greatest. They're kind of glass cannons, but I really want them to do well. Okay, so even they've played in over 100 times gravity. Nappa's so cocky. Or, like, this Nappa, at the very least, is so cocky. Don't worry, I'm bald too, but at least I'm not a midget. Is he trying to piss them off? That is a good point, though. Like, I said before that it must be pretty shocking to be Frieza and to realize, oh, no other universe involves my family conquering it. Well, then, that's worrying. But the opposite's also true. Like, even if there were some weak universes with Saiyans, those are still universes with Saiyans. Where, like, the Saiyans are, the dominant force, as opposed to the Frieza force. Okay. Yep. Nappa of Universe 13 against Frieza of Universe 8. We're at the very start then, right? Yes, we are. By the way, I don't know if I explained it, but this is the one I filled out last time, not the actual canonical one. I figured that I would, this part's all correct. Like, these are all canonical. So I figure that I will just, like, remake them as the tournament goes on. Because that way I can also refer to it and be like, okay, which of these did I correctly predict? Which ones did I not? Oh my god, Nappa! Is that really it? Did he just want to piss off Frieza so much that he was willing to get himself disqualified? Or not disqualified, oh no, it's the other way around. I think it's that he was willing to lose because he knew he couldn't beat Frieza. So this is just a tactic to see if Frieza will give in, if he will punch Nappa and get himself disqualified. Also, the fact that Raditz is giving him high five for it, like, they must have planned it out last night. Like, just, yeah, let's make Frieza real mad. We know he can't win, but we can piss him off real hard. Oh no, Burter! Come on, it's my universe, I'm allowed. I mean, that doesn't feel okay. It feels like this is meant to be just a, no killing in general rule, but sure. It's not a competitive advantage. Also, was he still in the tournament? Was he on the other side? I don't think so. I think he was, like, just there for moral sports. Right? Yes, okay, good. I was gonna say, like, if that changed the brackets, that would have been, like, Alright. I mean, that must be satisfying in its own right, to finally be able to fight Son Goku. Kill Goku. I don't do it for Jiro, I do it for me. Oof. Yeah, not quite as cool as the Dragon Ball Super fight between Goku and 17. Not quite there. I'm really curious to see what he would teach her. Like, would it just be a technique? Or... Because, like, he does know Kaioken. Right? I'm pretty sure he does. So, like, that'd be cool. I'd be down to see some universes like working together in a positive way. Oh boy, it's another special by Johan Dark. I don't think he's done any of the other art thus far, but I assume this is then the Bobbity universe. Okay, so in both Universe 1 and 10. Which one was Universe 10? That's not Zenbu's universe. I thought that was like Universe 3. Ooh. Also, I do like this art style a lot. It's very like pulpy. Okay. I mean, the Kais are definitely being more competent than usual. To be fair though, these are older Kais. Like, maybe a lot of the degradation happened within, like, the current generation of Kais. God, it's so weird to see them being competent. It's so weird. Oh, did he do it? Did he manage to cast the shields? I mean, this is for universes 1, or is it 1 in 10? Wait a minute. I just remember the number 1 is the like the creator's universe, or not the creator's universe. Yeah, it's the organizer's universe, I mean. So okay, this happened there as well. But it's not just the backstory. Like, it's not the backstory of like, of just Bobbity in general, because it doesn't apply to like Universe 18, for instance. They seem extremely competent. I guess it's that in Universe 1, like, there are no problems, or there are very few problems. Like, these are the really competent Kais. And then Universe 10, like, they were snuffed out overall. Jeez, they're so competent! What is happening? Also, hey, it's the, is it the Grand Supreme Kai? I think it is. Like, I'm pretty sure that's just showing that, hey, he wasn't eaten by Boo. God damn. Ending the Frost Demon's line of descent. Terminating the legendary Saiyan, who doesn't look like anyone we've seen before. And, like, it's not Brawly, as we saw before. Or, oh wait, no. Terminating the legendary Saiyan. So it is, twice terminating the legendary Saiyan. So it's just that every time there's a legendary Saiyan, they terminate him. Yeah, so we know the rest for Universe 1, but then Universe 10, what happens? Okay, that was a good special. I've very rarely talked throughout the other specials, but that was extremely good. I mean, in part because it's completely new content. It's, partially was the art. The art was just really good. I didn't, mention it a lot when I was reading it, but it was very solid. And partially just, like, it was just competent all around. Very, very good work to, who was that again? Johan Dark? I mean, they're all written by Saligir, so it's not like the other ones were badly written. It's just that, they were mostly just, recapping movies. Okay, off to the second round. Oh, wait a minute. Is there a Universe 1 versus Universe 10 fight here? No. This is Majin Buu from Universe 11. Unless I just wrote it down wrong. But, huh. No, it isn't. Seth Kaishin of Universe 1 against Majin Buu of Universe 11, so I wasn't wrong. Yeah, 5 million years ago, in some universes, was born the most terrifying creature of all. Let's see how this goes. Also, theoretically speaking, if Boo were to absorb an opponent in the ring, like, they're not dead. They're still in Boo. Would that count as just an immobilization? Because if you don't let him do that, that is theoretically unfair. Like, it's not allowing him to use a non-lethal weapon that he has. That's a neat way of putting it. Like, it's not that he was created with the intent of absorption. Also, in current canon for Dragon Ball, as far as I understand it, Boo was not created by Bibbidi. It's just that Boo, like, existed beforehand. Bibbidi just, like, either revived him or, like, brought him together or something. But, like, Boo is a primordial being. Whereas in this canon, because I assume that just was not mentioned at this point, it seems like he was wholesale created by Bibbidi. But that's neat to think about, that the absorption was not meant to be a part of him, or, like, it's just a defense mechanism. That before, he was powerful just because of his raw destructive capability. Like, I definitely would not recommend Dragon Ball Multiverse to someone who hasn't read Dragon Ball, or Dragon Ball Z, or, watched or read, I should say. Like, that would have no appeal, really. Like, you need to be a fan of the series already to really love Multiverse, but this is a good recap for anyone who is fuzzy on Boo. I guess that's what's actually really useful about this. Like, it's not the fact that, maybe you haven't seen DBZ. It's specifically just, you probably saw DBZ, but you probably saw it when you were a kid. Maybe you didn't see all the episodes. So it does make sense to have some recap. Plus, this isn't just recap. It is, like, contextualizing it through the eyes of this Kai for Universe 1. The only thing you needed then was a family, a loving one with a good heart. That's a really well drawn Mr. Satan. Okay. Really making him sweat. And I assume this is it's a Final Flash situation where, like, he's grown stronger than he would have been at that time. So, like, he can use it and not die. Huh. That reactivates that defense reflex. Ooh, and even Zenbu's freaking out over it a little bit. Or not freaking out, but just, he's affected. I wonder what the plan is here. Like, is it just a fake out? Is he really going to destroy him with it? Or is it maybe just forcing him to absorb him so that he then gets disqualified? Oh, not even that. Okay. Let's find the Great Kaioshin and the other me. So it's a rescue mission. It's like, well, if there's a version of me that has been absorbed, I'd like to free him. Okay. So even Universe 1, like, even though they're supposed to be the impartial organizers of the tournament, they have their own ulterior motives. That is a very Gohan thing to do. Even though it's Universe 16 Gohan, like, they're basically the same person in terms of developments. Of course he would absolutely tell them everything. Okay, so he can't bring him back. This was just a recon mission, basically. It was just like, if I can bring him back, I will. If I can't, then I guess I'm not. Ooh, I have a dirty feeling that I'm the only one not understanding what is happening. And he didn't come out, though. That's interesting. Like, the shield's still being used, but I guess he just stayed in there too long? Maybe he couldn't hear outside? Or maybe he wanted Boo to win, because, my theory here was that Boo would win, and that over here, Oob would win, and then we'd have the Boo versus Oob fights. Specifically being, our Oob versus Universe 11 Boo. Which is thematically really good. Maybe that's it, actually. Maybe South Kaishin went in there partially just to see if he could save, the other Kais, and partially because he wanted to see this happen. Yeah, this is a good fight. Or just a good conceptual fight. Well kept Kaioken, you are perfectly at his level. Oh, that's true. They did destroy the Demon Realm, so is he going to just dispel the seal on him? That'd be a good way to shake things up. Okay, Trunks versus Universe 12 versus Vegeta of Universe 18. Oh, this is good. I mean, I'm so curious to see what'll happen. Just because it should be a stomp in Vegeta's favor. Like, assuming end of Z Vegeta, and then future, or not Future Trunks Saga, but end of Cell Saga Future Trunks. But I really hope they have a bit more that they can do. Like, if they're on exactly equal ground, that'd be really cool. Okay, Vegeta's got Super Saiyan 2. Trunks just has base Super Saiyan. Let's see how this goes. Oh, okay, so he's using, oh boy, what is that called again? It's not Super Saiyan level 2. Is that, it's something 2, right? Or not, it's not type 2, second form? Second phase? Oh, maybe he, figured a way to break, to get around the weaknesses. I mean, the sword does help just in the sense of, it gives him extra range, but he should still be a lot slower. It seems like he's, switching very quickly in and out of it. Like, he's using it for very short bursts. In the manga for Dragon Ball Super, Goku had this technique, or was it Goku or Vegeta? Where, they would stay mostly in Super Saiyan God and then switch over to Super Saiyan Blue for quick bursts. It seems like that's basically what Trunks is doing, except with bulky Super Saiyan and normal Super Saiyan. Oh, okay, wow, that's a good hit. That's a good hit. Okay, yeah, so that is what he's doing. And presumably, because Vegeta's using actual Super Saiyan 2, he's probably chewing through his energy a lot faster. The switching might also use up a lot of energy. It's hard to tell quite how that works. In a direct beam struggle, I have to assume Super Saiyan 2 would win. But it looks like they're pretty deadlocked. Yeah, I mean, it really does come down to, how much of a negative is having to switch between forms. Because that's basically that, in this instance, it feels like they're both evenly locked. It's just that Vegeta can, he has both speed and strength at the same time. He can most likely blitz Trunks then. Oh no, he's falling out. He's falling out of it. Okay, that was a good fight. I'm a little surprised it ended just like that, but to be fair, they all, they do have a father-son relationship. Trunks wasn't fighting for his life or anything. He was fighting just to see if he could beat his dad. Okay, so here's this. Supposedly, Universe 13 Kakarot will treat her nicely, kind of. Like, they have an agreement, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that Pan does become a Super Saiyan, but then she gets defeated, right? Actually, I think I had her win, just because, like, it makes more sense thematically for her to win. Also, because Vegeta specifically, like, when he was laying out the bracket himself, he said specifically, like, okay, Pan, you have to throw it. Throw it so I can fight Kakarot. But that would have been stupid. Like, he has, at the very least, just base Super Saiyan. It doesn't seem like he has anything more, because he wouldn't need anything more. Whereas Vegeta has Super Saiyan 2, and in general, he is just stronger. Like, power levels aside, he is just a better fighter. Like, everyone in our universe is, on a different level than the Universe 13 Saiyans. Like, their Vegeta and their Kakarot are pretty good. Like, they are better than, the base Saiyan universe. The tribal Saiyan universe, I guess you could call them. But, like, they're still not that competitive. I think it would genuinely just be a lot more interesting to have Pan fight Vegeta. But going into it, I do feel like, Kakarot's going to do something very, edgy. Something very, like, unbecoming of, Goku. And then we'll have the Vegeta Kakarot fight, where Vegeta has to, he has to show a little of his softness. He has to accept that, yeah, even though it's not even my child, it is Kakarot's child, I'm still mad about what happens. And, you don't deserve to call yourself Kakarot. Oh, okay. Lose. What's this I'm hearing about losing? Yeah. Even though he was the one who told her, you should throw the match, he meant that, I assume, as a joke, or either that, or, he was just kind of like throwing it out there, like, hey, that'd be good if you lost here. But when push comes to shove, he's not the kind of person who would want someone to throw a match. He's not the kind of person who would want someone to not give their all. If you're a true Saiyan warrior, then you have to fight with everything you've got. You descend from Gohan and Goku, and do I count for nothing? Also, holy crap, pointing at his own son. Just saying, I thought you weren't like those sluggards, that you are a true fighter, but I guess I was wrong. You're a loser. Okay, oh my gosh. Ah. He really is giving off those great uncle vibes. Okay, Universe 13, the end of humankind. Oh, absolutely classic. Plus, the planet is pretty wrecked. Or, no, never mind. He did land on, like, in a abandoned area before, too, right? Right? Because, or no, it was a field. Because he found, it was the farmer with a shotgun. I don't remember if it was, like, the farmer's field, or if it was just, like, a normal clearing. Oh, this is cool, though. Like, it took me a moment, but I assume they're talking about, Goku / Kakarot. It's the reverse, like... It's the reverse of the original series. They were both like, oh, look at this guy. Wait a minute. Oh, no. I thought for a moment he was, like, punching through Yamcha's head. Like, I saw this negative space here, and I thought it was, like, a beam or a blade or something. Oof, that's not a good wolf. That's a weird-looking wolf. It's almost like a panther, sort of. This is some solid art, though. Like, I don't want to nitpick too much. It's not as good as the previous artist for the last special, but, like, it's still good. It does look a lot like Dragon Ball arts. Oh my gosh, Yamcha, you're so cool. Oh, Kikoho. Is that enough, though? Is that enough? I doubt it. I assume he's going to die. Like, I assume that Tien's going to die and that Raditz is going to not be fine, but he's going to have survived. Okay. Very unexpected. It seems like he was having a real moment of weakness here. I get that it's supposed to be, it's a subversion. It's a, he is evil down to the core. But man, that felt like a really weird page. I mean, I know it's not going to work out, so I am rooting for them. But, like, what would you do in this instance? How do you win here? Though, actually, like, considering how much Goku eats, it is surprising that I've never, or as far as I can remember, I don't think I've ever seen, like, an edgy reimagining of Goku as a cannibal. Even though he is absolutely the kind of person who, he eats a lot. He has eaten living things. He's, like, it makes a lot of sense to do an edgy Goku who would actually eat someone else. God. So, like, I guess he is, like, more so than just being, a Saiyan with a like an impulse to destroy. It seems like he's a genuine sort of psycho almost. Like the first thing he does is immediately try to kill him. Also, ugh, I don't really like it when artists draw Raditz kind of like Vegeta, and this feels very Vegeta-esque. Like it's very easy to do because of the Widow's Peak, but like I guess then also the face. Raditz and Vegeta do have relatively similar faces at times, but like the hair is extremely important actually. Okay, take him home, but now you'll have to obey. Here we go. I didn't really consider what he would have done with them. Like, I guess I didn't really think about what's. I knew that he would have had to have been on Earth, like he mentioned before, killing people on Earth, but maybe he's the reason why the Saiyans of his universe are so powerful. Like, I assume he may also like he's probably is the reason why Vegeta managed to become a Super Saiyan. Like, it's probably because they do have a rivalry still. Also, that's a very smooth transition from a special chapter to the current chapter, I assume. Like, are we still going to do a flashback even in the current canonical chapter? Or not even canonical, like, they're all canonical, but, like, in the current chapter? Or is this just focused to show off how, like, psycho he is, leading into the fight with Pan? Oof, right in the face. Like, it's going to be tough, like, assuming he does hold back, it's going to be tough to still be on his side either way, because, like, it is the visual of a full-grown man kicking a child. Even though she is pretty damn strong, and even though like they've both consented to this, and she put herself in there, knowing that she is going to be punched and kicked and shot at the same time, like there is that inherent sense of this doesn't feel right. So yeah, he is pretty crazy, but he's still trying to hold it back. Okay, okay, man, nothing. I know this pathetic technique. Oh, it's from the legs or from the feet actually. That is classic Dragon Ball. Also, she hasn't used the Nyoibo at all. Oh man. Okay, he's really getting out there. Also, his cracked armor looks a little like the what are they called again? The vest that comes on after a successful fusion dance. Or I guess after a fusion dance in general. It doesn't have to be successful. Hey, she finally used it. Kill all humans, Kakaroto. Don't kill the governor, Kakaroto. Keep calm, little brother. Kill all humans. Oh boy, oh no. I mean, I think the fact that he's not going to consent, that he is going to keep on beating her is going to be good for her in the end. Like, she has to become a Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyans generally happen like during an intense emotional event. So if he really pushes her to the brink of death, I think that might be what she needs. Clearly, all the shortcuts that worked for like for Goten and for Trunks, like they're not going to work for her. She like if they would have, she would have Super Saiyan already. Like she needs to do it the old-fashioned way, it seems. Oh boy. I killed them all in your place. They are there. I remember these two. I pursued them for years, and him. Oh, okay. So even in their timeline, like maybe that is what caused him to snap. Like it's not that he didn't have the brain injury. That's what I assumed. I assumed this was a universe where he was normal, but that might not be the case. Like it's just it reverted at some point. That's the core difference. Oh, that makes a lot of sense actually. Like at some point, his owie on the head reverted. He started to snap. Like his primal instincts came out. He slaughtered all the humans. That's when Raditz came in, and then all the divergences, everything that's happened with the Saiyans since then, has been a result of this Kakarot being with them. Okay, you want to know what I was doing to little human girls? Is that going to be it? Is that enough to make her finally snap? This is an interesting end. So she did become a Super Saiyan, but we didn't get the cathartic, her managing to finally overpower him. It's just she did give up. Like she's that powerful, but she still has no chance. I feel like he's still gonna attack her and then get disqualified for it though. This is gonna be an interesting fight. Like, first of all, this is the first one where I was completely wrong. Pan did not move on. It was Kakarot from Universe 13, but Like, I see why now. Like, there is more to him. There's something very interesting about him as a character now. I am I'm very interested in it now. Like, now we have a good reason for him to have a good fight with Vegeta. I still assume that Vegeta's gonna win, but like, there's more to him. We could have another flashback. We could see more of this tragic figure. That's really all I need. All right, Cell versus Bojack. Oh boy. Oh, this is really cool in its own right. Like, Bojack beat the crap out of her, or a version of her. Cell offered revenge, and he's not going to take it because he's so proud of the daughter he does have. My daughter died because she was brave, like her. She'll pass this trial. She'll come back stronger. Revenge does not interest me. Yeah, that's cool in its own right, too. Like, he doesn't even want to go out and fight him in the future. Like, it doesn't matter. He's moved on. And Cell's willing to deal with that. Well, it's time for Bojack to die. This is a cool idea, too, that, like, now that he has perspective, he's able to see all these people who are as strong as him and think, like, oh yeah, at that time, if any of these people had fought me, I could have lost. Okay. I do want to see a new technique, though. Like, maybe not. I don't think Bojack could push him that far, but I'd like to see one just for the sake of, having a flex. No, this could be it. This feels like it's it. This feels like Bojack is done. Yeah. Oh boy. Is this a fake out? I assume it is. There's no way that's strong enough to contain Cell. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, don't do it. This isn't legal. You're not allowed to beat him up. No, I think she's gonna have to settle for Cell just completely dismantling him. Oh, wait a minute. That was the death scene? That's so tame compared to everything else. It seems to me that this Cell creature looks a bit like us. I'm glad that someone knows the resemblance. Tapion from Universe 3, Krillin from Universe 9. I'm pretty sure I voted for Krillin, right? Yeah. I mean, this one was extremely obvious. With this, I really like Universe 9. Okay, this is gonna be a fun fight. Like, I assume this is a classic Master Roshi situation of, Krillin feels like he's completely outmatched, or, like he's struggling a lot, but when he gets serious, he'll bulk up and he'll be able to take out Tapion. Whereas with this, I don't know if Tapion would do something like that. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen his movie with Hirodegarn. I mean, they're also very, like, noble people, so it's going to be an interesting fight. Like, to have a fight where no one's trying to do anything too edgy. Universe 3, two great heroes. Okay. I mean, Universe 3 has been pretty mysterious so far, so I'm happy to see a bit more about them. Oh boy, what is his name? Was it Hoy? I think so. Like, the evil wizard guy from the Hirodegarn movie, which I don't remember the name of. To be honest, I remember most of what I remember from the Hirodegarn movie is a mix of scenes from the movie and then also the campaign of Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which didn't have cutscenes. But like I saw the movie, but it didn't really stick with me very much. I remember the general beats though. I definitely don't remember Dr. Raichi here, which is interesting in its own right. Like, I mean, why Dr. Raichi specifically? Why would he want to bring back Tapion? But like, does he see himself as a hero for that? Like, obviously he's fine with that, but like, okay, I guess that was enough to buy him, to win him over. Okay, it's happening. Oh, this is really cool. Like, it's not my favorite art style, but Beta is pretty good at arts. All right, hey, Tapion's out. He looks really good in this art style. Yeah, you release Tapion. That means Hirudegarn's coming as well. Is that how that works? I believe. Okay, so here's what I remember. I believe half of Hirudegarn's in him, half of him is in Tapion. I don't remember how they got the rest of him out of Tapion, though. Like, I know what happens. I remember that, like, for a while, it was just, like, the lower half of Hurudgarn terrorizing the city, and then something happened, and then the part in Hurudgarn came out and combined with them. Yeah, I'm pretty fuzzy there, though. Also, Minosha. Oh, wait, no, that was his ally, I think. I thought he was talking about this guy. But alright, we've got half of Hurudgarn. Oh, okay, that's a cool move. Or, like, not a cool move, but, like, a cool panel shot. It reminds me a lot of the, like, the destruction in One Punch Man. Like, the amount of detail here is good without being overwhelming. And, like, it doesn't look like mashed potatoes, which is what I think of when I think of a lot of, like, bad, like, rubble. When I think of, like, bad cuts, it's either, like, way too detailed to the point where it looks gross, or it looks like mashed potatoes. Like, you don't get the feeling that it is all actual rock. But I think this is a good transition. Like, this is a little mashed potato-y, but not really. It looks fine. And the perspective is really cool. I'm wondering if they're going to actually just defeat it without even, like, bringing back the other half of Ridgarn. That'd be cool. Like, if Dr. Raichi is so, like, he's so good at what he does that they managed to just do that. Alright, rise, my ghost warriors. Oh, this is such a cool thing to do. Like, not as, in Plants Eradicate the Saiyans, it was more of just a, like, well, we need to have enemies, and we don't want to put a lot of budget into them. Whereas this feels really cool because in this universe, no one would have seen the Saiyans before this. So they are just like a mini boss squad that is exclusive to Dr. Aichi. I'm not sure if having ghost slaves is a very heroic thing, but like, it is cool. And I am a super big fan of heroes or protagonists that have not allies, but like not slaves. I guess it is just like minions, foot soldiers. I think that's just a cool aesthetic. So I'm very into like this kind of situation where it's a bad person, but they are the protagonist of this storyline. So we get to have a protagonist that does something super villainy like this. Hmm? Okay, what stopped him? Oh boy. Oh. But alright, time to fight half of Rudigarn. It does look really cool like this, by the way. Like, the full design, not my favorite. Even this, not my favorite. But I think that having just half of a monster you have to fight is a cool change in general. Like, it's interesting enough. Oh boy, yeah, it can kill in a single attack. This is not good. This is not good. Oh boy, this is a rare Raditz. Have we ever seen a pure smiling Raditz before? Well, not pure, but like, a pure expression. That was a very pure expression, even if what he was doing was not pure at all. Yeah, this is a big threat. I mean, I assume Tapion's gonna be the one who takes him out. I don't know who he would leave his sword to. I guess no one. I guess he doesn't have to leave his sword to anyone because he's still gonna be around. So never mind. Okay, the other half is inside me. What could he do with that, though? Okay, Universe 30. Universe 3, Puppet Monster against Puppet Warriors. Oh, that is actually an interesting dynamic I hadn't considered. I think I'll leave it at chapter 30. Like, I will read it, but then after that, I'll call it quits. Hildigan! Oof, that's, I mean, that's not a wrong romanization, but oh boy, that doesn't look cool. Okay. I don't remember this backstory at all, by the way. So, like, if it is just a recap or not, like, right, didn't have enough power. In most universes, I never found a way and died alone forgotten. In 16 and 18, we had the movie. In universe 3, he went to Dr. Aichi. Okay. That this is really cool. This is a good aesthetic. Like the idea that in every single possible situation, he ended up dying. He did not actually manage to survive. Like his plan never worked out. Okay, how are they taking this thing down then? Yeah, you can barely keep the other half. Why would we seal it in you? Oh my god, do they seal it in Dr. Raichi? Or he might just have a different option altogether of like, I'll seal it in an inanimate object. I'll mafuba it. Oh, that's yeah. Okay, that's cool. I really do like that they are bringing in the female Saiyans more in Multiverse. I didn't recognize her though. I honestly did not. I guess just because, like, she is a new design. She's an original design. So I just took her as like, oh, I guess there's a female Saiyan here for some reason. Oh boy, come on, hold yourself together. Okay, Dr. Raichi, do you have something else? Anything? Oh, do you guys ever think what would his plan be? It can fire energy blasts though, right? I do distinctly remember that at some points. It can't be that simple, right? There's no way. There's no way. It's as if I indirectly kissed my mom. Okay, I'm really surprised that worked out. Does it not have an energy blast? Am I just thinking of generic monsters? I could have sworn Budokai Tenkaichi 3 Hirotogarden had an energy blast. Whatever you do, the dead won't come back. That is a good bonding moment, actually. I didn't really think about like why the two of them would work well as a pairing, but they do have a shared history then. Some will never open their hearts, and Raichi would never find peace, because revenge does not stop hatred. One day, new visitors arrive to tell these two heroes. Okay. That is interesting in its own way, actually. And here it is. Here's the trigger. There will be Saiyans there. He wants to eradicate the Saiyans, not just from his universe, but from many others. And I do like that. Like, even after all this time, he has not managed to, like, justify it to himself. He doesn't think of himself as a good person. And that's why he specifically, like, told the announcers, like, hey, I'm going to hang out with Universe 1 for a bit. I'm not going to meet up with Universe 3 because he didn't want to trigger Raichi. That makes so much sense. Oh my gosh. All right, so that was chapter 30. I'm going to cut it off there. That was a good amount of chapters. Wow, Multiverse is so good. It really is. I'm so glad that we've moved on from the specials that weren't that great. Also, we cleared this entire half basically, except for Krillin. Or Tapion versus Krillin, which is cool in its own rights. Like, I kind of want to read a little more, but I think that's enough for now. I have other series I really want to just bang some chapters out for. But overall, fantastic storyline right now. I'm really hoping we don't do too much else, like, in terms of outside stuff. Just because, like, we have a lot of people. We finally have a core cast of, the current participants that are interesting in their own rights. I really want to focus more on them and less on, like, some sort of grand conspiracy involving the tournaments. So hopefully, we just get more, more backstories and more actual progress in the tournaments. Like, if we do end up having more of a conspiracy thing going on, that's completely fine by me. But, like, I'm extremely happy that, Universe 16 Gohan and, Super absorbed everything Cell didn't actually end up having, like, a outside fight or anything. Like, if everything can be resolved within the confines of the tournament, for the most part, I'd be very happy. Also, wait a minute. Beta did the art for this. Like, not, Gogeta? Was it Gogeta or Vegito? But this is a normal, this is a normal chapter being done by Beta and Salagear. I haven't been focusing on the artists a lot because I just assumed it was all Gogeta. But anyways, I'm gonna cut it off right there. Thank you all so very much for watching. I'm gonna try and not have multiple months before the next reaction. Like maybe just a month. I think that's fair, kind of. Probably sooner. We'll see. Anyways, thank you all so very much for watching. Bye for now. Nya nya.